Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Talking Fitchburg on this cold and rainy Tuesday, November 10th, 2020. I'm Jeremy Crosby. Hope you had a wonderful day. Glad you're here with us tonight as we wrap up another work day and get ready for budget meeting tonight. Yeah, you got budget happening tonight. That should be over or kicking off just at 7 o'clock tonight, a little bit earlier than usual. But that will be going on over on our Gov channel, F3, if you want to check out that process. They'll go through the amendments proposed, and then we'll have a budget hopefully by the end of the night, if not tomorrow morning. We'll see how it goes, but that'll be happening tonight over there on our Gov channel F3, so you can tune in for that. And we've got a lot happening as well around the city. We'll get you updated in your headlines for the day, plus talk about winter weather safety tips as we continue on. We're going to look at prepping that car kit. If you haven't already done so, we'll walk you through the steps on that, plus a checklist of making sure your car is ready for the winter time. I told you the horror story from my driving and losing control of the vehicle on a wet surface. It happens, and it was because my tires were too low and bald at that. So we'll talk all about that coming up here a little bit. Plus, special guest Amy Mercer's in. We're going to be talking to her about the assessing. Yeah, assessing just starting off again for the 2021 season. And she'll be here to break it all down for us so you know what's happening and why. Why do we assess? We got all that coming up for you here in just a little bit of time. But first, we do kick off with your headlines. We start with this, a bike-friendly Fitchburg survey. Yeah, as part of Fitchburg's brand and attraction, is in recognition as a bike-friendly community with the access to three state and 2 regional trails and networks that offers year-round leisure and transportation options. Maintaining the reputation requires multiple levels of attention, including improving infrastructure, marketing and promotions, and expanded education in ridership. In 2015 and 2019, Fitchburg was awarded the silver status from the League of American Bicyclists, and we've got our sights set on a goal in 2022-2023. We also continue to hear from current prospective business owners and residents that are enticed cyclist opportunities in Fitchburg, and it should be in the area of our future focus. So what's going on? Well, they are actually going to be doing a survey. Businesses of Fitchburg, they need to get some input from you. So if you are a business owner in the city of Fitchburg, they want to hear from you as they work on identifying some areas in biking that they need to hit that gold status. So if you are interested in checking this out, it's at the Fitchburg's website. Head on out there. We've got the link. We'll share it with you, of course, when we post up our headlines later today. All right, the 2021 assessment cycle has begun. And as mentioned, we'll be talking with Amy just a little bit, but as that cycle has begun, and properties that are you got a letter for, this is the reasons why: maybe sales review, changes due to building permits, fire damage or repairs, owners' requests for review or periodic reviews, etc. We'll check in with Amy Mercer from the assessing department in our guest segment today, and she's going to give you the details on some new ways that they'll be working to keep you safe during COVID as they work through doing the assessments both in and around your property. So you want to stay tuned for that. All right, Veterans Day programming. Excuse me, touch my mic there. We all know with COVID-19, we can't have the in-person ceremony honoring our veterans, but that doesn't mean we still can't honor the veterans. And starting tomorrow at these times, we here at Fact TV will be replaying last year's program, from the Veterans Day ceremony. It's put on by the Fitchburg Senior Center and Eagle School, as well as the Fitchburg Singers all come out and together to put on always a great ceremony. So in lieu of that, we'll be replaying all of this for you tomorrow at these various times. So we hope you'll tune in for that. And and tomorrow night on Talking Fitchburg, we'll also take you out, or excuse me, not tomorrow night. I think it's Thursday night we're taking. Get all my days confused here, Andrew. Thursday, we'll be taking you out to the Fitchburg Senior Center's drive-up program that they had feeding veterans free meals from the Fitchburg Senior Center as part of the Friends of the Fitchburg Senior Center getting donated meals here from or paying for the meals, from Pizza Ranch. So very excited for that. And yeah, for all the veterans out there, thank you. And we'll thank you and honor you tomorrow. All right, Dane County sees record disease spread in COVID-19. It says here on this was a press release that was put out last week, but they wanted to remind you that the risks are still very high. People seem to make exceptions around friends and family, but this disease is tricky. You could feel fine and still spread it to other. Unfortunately, the person you spread it to might not be so lucky. With an unprecedented level of disease in our community, it's more important now than ever to limit the contact with others, says Janelle, Director of Public Health, Madison and Dane County. Gatherings both large and small pose a risk. Yeah, Dane County currently is averaging over 300 cases per day. Record-breaking 142 were hospitalized. The number actually has increased since this release had come out. And yeah, what we're trying to communicate here is, again, a lot of this is being done by community spread. And we want to make sure that you know that the numbers are up, and we want to make sure that you are staying safe out there. So please, please, please consider wearing a mask, continue to practice that social distancing, avoid mass gatherings, limit those gatherings. We know we're getting into the holiday season. You may want to even rethink your holiday plans as we move closer here. We are expecting an announcement from Governor Tony Evers tonight. Just right around when this show aired at 6 o'clock. So we'll have the latest information on that, but we want to make sure to communicate that we still see the spread of this terrible disease continuing right here in our own community. So please help and stay safe and keep everybody safe around you as we work through this pandemic. All right, public testing site for Dane County. You know it's closed on Mondays. When it opens up on Tuesdays, it can be jam-packed. And I want to just remind you, as a recommendation, people who have close contact within 6 feet for about 15 minutes with somebody who has tested positive for COVID might be a good time to get tested. Also, people with COVID symptoms should get tested. People who have regular exposure to a large number of people, like people who work in a grocery stores, might need to get tested. People who work closely with high-risk population, like healthcare workers, they should get tested. We do not recommend testing for people who want to attend gatherings or for peace of mind. Test costs $100 each and are at limited supply. So please think twice if you're going out for testing. There's a lot of people that need to get tested, and as the testing does continue to catch up, the testing is available out there free at the public testing site here in Dane County at the Lion Energy Center, but it does come at a cost. So if you're not fit into this list, if you will, maybe think twice before getting tested. Also want to mention too here, to get your flu shot is very important as well. And Dane County Public Health or Mass, I always say it backwards, Public Health of Madison and Dane County. Someday I'm going to get it right, Andrew. I promise you. Given the demand of flu shots we continue to see in our community and our current supply of vaccine, we are expanding eligibility at our drive-through flu clinic at Lion Energy Center to immunize as many people as possible during the COVID pandemic. All Dane County adults and children 6 months and older can get vaccinated regardless of health insurance status. With the spread of COVID-19 everywhere, the flu shot is especially important this year to not only protect the health, but also reduce the burden on hospitals and healthcare systems. Clinic is open until November 21st. So if you haven't gotten your flu shot this year, we would love to see you come out. Again, that's over at the Alliant Energy Center. More information, just check out the website for Public Health of Madison in Dane County. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up the digest. We have some winter weather safety tips for you. We'll talk about those next right here, Talking Fitchburg.
Yeah, I know. Wait, I don't know. Yeah, you just stand up. Look at that. It's so sad.
I may never have met you. We don't go way back. Maybe we wouldn't even be friends if we did. But when you wear a mask, you have my respect. Because your mask doesn't protect you. It protects me. I wear my mask to protect you. Mask up, America.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Gaining weight was easy. All I had to do was sit down and eat. Losing weight's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes every step, every choice, every day very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg, now in the digest, and continuing with Winter Weather Awareness Week. We wanted to pass on some more safety tips to you as you get ready for the winter time. And they are seeing snow, like way up north there. They're seeing some snow. We're seeing rain today, but a good reminder of having all this stuff ready as we transition into winter. All right, look at the car. What do you need as a safety kit in your car? Well, Andrew's got the answer for you right here. Here it is. Yeah. We have the story for AAA and giving you kind of an overview of things that you should have. A first aid kit. Yes, a simple first aid kit. You can get them anywhere and keep filling it. And if you have a kit already, you should probably check it out. Make sure that things haven't, like, you know, in the hot car, if you leave it in there all the time, like it's all melted together. Andrew, you check out, you got a kit in your car, right?
Yes, I do have a kit in the car.
There was a little delay there. I was like, uh-oh, I may have put him on the spot. And
no, I just had to hit the button so you could hear me.
Hi.
Yeah,
I say that with the first aid kit because I got a first aid kit, and some of the bandages after a while they start to really
sure. You just gotta check it out.
Yeah, you definitely need to. Same with the flashlight. You should have a flashlight with batteries and extra batteries. Make sure those batteries aren't corrosive and or have wrecked the flashlight. And I feel like that happens.
Kind of shows there, like the batteries, extra batteries in the package. Just make sure they stay in the package because then they won't, get corroded as easily or leak. And yeah,
I don't know if it'd be worth it. I mean, in an emergency, you want to have your flashlight ready, but maybe you put a second flashlight in that doesn't have the batteries in it.
Right.
So when you can then put the batteries in and use it, I don't know, something to think about. Next one, rags, paper towel for wiping miscellaneous whatevers. Good to have. Bottled water, also a good one to have. You got any drinking water in there? You should check that out. Make sure you keep that in there at all times. Also have some warm gloves, clothes, hats, and blankets. You want to have extras of all of that stuff, and that makes and goes a long way. Snacks too, especially if you're going on a long road trip, definitely pack some snacks, and because you just never know. If you are stranded, it'd be terrible if you were stranded and you just had the water but nothing to eat. So you can buy some things that last through the winter, granola bars, whatnot, and keep them in the car. We mentioned the hats and clothes. How about the basic toolkit? I've got my basic toolkits, got all the things that I think I would need in a situation, but you never know. Might even need a hammer. Andrew, you got a hammer in your kit?
No. I don't have a hammer, no.
Unbelievable. I only do because I have a toolkit.
And I would even recommend looking at, the specifically car safety kits. They'll have a lot of these things already bundled in there together.
They actually do, yeah. They really do.
From the tools to the first aid to the jumper cables, which are getting to thermal blankets, like all of that is in these car safety kits, especially the bigger ones.
Absolutely. Yeah, and they definitely come in different sizes, and I've seen some of the stores put those out. Glad you mentioned that, because a lot of them do come pre-packed with the basics. Some type of kitty litter. We talked about the traction bars that you can put down too, so maybe you check out that as well. Definitely make sure you have an extra charger for your cell phone, even those power packs if you charge them up for long trips. Obviously, you're going to want to have that brush and the ice scraper and make sure that's all in proper work. Have the extra fluids available for you. Right there, you can see the bottle of it. What's that referring to? What number is that? 13? 12, 13? Winter windshield wiper fluid. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder if it was like oil or something. Well, you never know. Anyway, jackets definitely also very important, and a shovel. They make small compact shovels, so it's easy to do. Also, just checking out your car. Here's a checklist that's on the Wisconsin Department of Transportation website, so you can check this out and do this yourself at home. So make sure that you check these things off. Do you got a flashlight? Check. Extra batteries? You betcha. Blanket? Check. Non-perishable food snacks? You betcha. Christy, you got that in your car? No, you don't. I know you don't because it's my car too. Water, gloves, boots, first aid kit. Got to have all of that stuff. And then again, make sure you check your cell phone, tire chains, all of that. Jumper cables, you got to have that. Do you have the triangles, warning triangles? I had some and I broke one. And kitty litter sand help get you traction. And if you don't have it, some type of way of signaling people, because if you don't have your cell phone and you don't have a flashlight, get a whistle, or I think a lot of them have the help sign in them too. So you can, definitely stay safe when you head out there. And I like that checklist because it tells you can go shopping for it, like mark it as a thing to shop for. All right, that does it for this digest. Coming up next, we open up our guest segment. We're talking with Amy Mercer, your assessor here in the city of Fitchburg, next on TF.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today is Amy Mercer. She is your city assessor. And Amy, we're glad to have you back on the show. Just getting done with last year's role, and now you're right into this year's role. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Jeremy. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. So you've kicked off the 2021 assessment cycle, and you've got some exciting news this year, some new tools, I would say. I'm going to call them tools, but new advantages for residents to keep everybody safe during COVID. Tell us what we should expect as we move into 2021. Hard to say.
Okay. Well, we're doing our standard process where we send a letter out to property owners that when we'd like to view their property. But this year we're giving an additional option to viewing the property using Zoom meetings. And so if a property owner would like that, they just let us know, and we can send them a link via the email. And then we can just walk through their property using a camera phone or a tablet, any type of mobile device that would have a camera on it, where we could also see the interior of their property. And then we don't have to come out to their house, and we can work safely from our office and review the file and just ask them some additional questions when we talk through it.
When you're looking at, as you start this new role, why do you need to do this? And what has changed from last year going to this year? What prompts you to want to see a property?
Okay. Yeah. So the reasons we come out would be like building inspection. If you pull a permit, and you add basement finish. Well, we'll want to come out and view that basement finish. We also come out for sale reviews. So the Department of Revenue requires us to review all sales. And so part of that is asking the sale questions to determine if it's what we call an arm's length transaction, willing buyer, willing seller, and out on the open market, those type of things. But we have to make sure we have the correct data matching that sale price. And that's why we want to view the property. In some cases, the property might have changed since the last time we went into it. It could have a whole bunch of new updates, and that's how we'll capture those updates. Or it could be the opposite, and it could have been damaged or torn out the basement finish since we were last in it. And that's how we'll know those factors. And we can match that sale price to that data. And that's what helps us analyze then those sales and the market adjustments within the community.
So do letters go out to every single resident, or are they going out to the ones that you want to take a look at this year?
We're just sending those out to the ones that we'd like to view this year. You know, we don't have enough time or enough staff to view all of the properties in the city. So we typically will view a property about once every 10 years or so. Or more often if somebody keeps making changes or that property keeps selling. And that.
So let's give I'm going to take it as a stab here as a homeowner and run some scenarios by you. So you'd mentioned about updates in the basement, but what if you have like an update to your roof? Like you put new shingles on or you put a metal roof on, is that going to make a significant change compared to the last time that they were there? Let's say you were there 5 years ago and you come and, or you're aware of this.
Yeah, it kind of depends. So if it's something on the exterior, we can do a drive-by or an exterior walk around. So if they pull a deck permit and we were in it like a year or two ago, we don't have to come through the house again. You know, we can just go and do an exterior, measure that new deck and change that out. And if it's just a change out, then there really isn't that much of a difference. If it's a new roof, if let's say the last time we were there like 2 years ago and it was really bad, then we might have moved that exterior to a fair rating or a poor rating, depending on what it was at that time. And now maybe it's in a good rating. And so we have different ratings for exterior, interior, kitchen, bath, and mechanicals.
How about a question that I think of a lot is do you want the assessor to come to your house and keep taking, you know, obviously that's your job and you need to do it, but you know, should residents, is there a reason that you want to keep having you come out, keep looking at it and keeping that number up to date? Is there benefit on both sides? Because I think when I look down the road and you're doing the comparable sale, you're doing all of these things together. It seems to me that keeping everything up to date is probably really important.
Yeah, and well, for us, it's important, and how do I say it? For all the taxpayers, it's important because it keeps everything equitable. You know, the whole process works if all the data is accurate, and that where you run into problems is if we don't have that updated data. One property owner might be being valued for their basement finish, and another one, we don't know that they finished it off. And then the property owners get upset with us, you know, and it's like, well, we only know what we know. You know, we property owners should be pulling a building permit when they do these items, and if they don't, it's, you know, we only find out through the grapevine then or the next time we view that property. It's a good thing to property owners because then you have that appreciation. So if you're someone who has in your home and you know you have a mortgage on your house and you have PMI insurance, well, you know, the more you're putting work into your home, the higher that value is, and it's appreciating. So the sooner you could, in essence, remove that PMI and have your house refinanced then and remove that and then save yourself money that ways. And of course, when people want to sell, then they want their value to be as high as it is because they want to get more out of it. And then they want all that data accurate. But when it comes to your taxes, that's based on your assessment, and then people want it as low as it can be. So it's kind of a, it depends on what that person wants at that point in time sometimes.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you going over it. I know that's not an easy question to answer, and I know there's more details than just that piece, but I think that's super important. You're all trying to do your best to keep it even keel, if you will, and keep that up. And you and your staff have done a wonderful job on doing that. And I know you've had to come over a lot of hurdles and a lot of work behind the scenes, and we certainly appreciate it for the work you're doing. As we wrap up here, if people have concerns, questions about the letter or getting these appointments set up, or just general questions overall, you are a great person to talk to first and foremost. And I could tell because I was with a meeting with you today and your phone was ringing off the hook. You're a popular person. But if people want to talk to you or your staff, what's the best way to start that process?
It's usually the easiest to reach us by phone, which is 608-270-4235. And that's our main number. And if you call that, you can reach any one of us or whoever is in the office. We can grab that phone. You can also reach us by email, and our email addresses are on the city's website under the assessing page. Our assessing page also has some frequently asked questions on there and a lot of frequent quick links also that give you additional information about your property or any other property in the city.
Yeah, and I think you and your staff are definitely there to explain, go through things, show you the resources, and help bring it all into perspective, which I think is awesome. I always was afraid of the assessing department, and the more I talk and get to know on what's going on, the more it helps understand what's going on. So I know you're really busy. We appreciate your time today, and we'll keep getting the information out there. Anything else that you want to say here before as we wrap up, Amy?
No, this year will be with COVID. We're trying a lot of different things. So just want property owners to know we'll just keep reacting the best we can, because we want to keep everybody safe,
Absolutely. And we want you to stay safe as well, and residents alike. All right, Amy, thank you so much. We'll catch back up with you real soon.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Amy Mercer, City Assessor. Again, if you got any questions, check in on the website. That's a great starting spot on their page. They keep it up to date, and again, can answer a lot of questions for you. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
You're the engine that makes all things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light in the dark, smile in my face when we all know it's hard. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now, know that you matter.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for today. I want to thank Amy Mercer for stopping in and helping us out talking about the assessment. Again, hit the website, fitchburgwi.gov, and look for assessing. They have all of the questions you want answered right there on the website. And of course, give them a call. Amy is so nice. I mean, just give her a call. She'll talk with you. All right. To wrap up here, stay connected with Fact TV all day long. Hey, you can even put this in your winter safety car. Yeah, because it's on your cell phone. Just saying. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow.